Restaurants are filthy, and just like going ass to mouth, it's best not to think about it. When I was a teenager, I worked at IHOP, and almost every aspect of it was repulsive. Let's start with the obvious. No one ever washed their hands. No one! Anytime the servers or cooks would get their paws dirty, they just wipe it on their aprons. And do you think these people are doing laundry every day? No. Most of them just threw their aprons in the back at the end of their shift. So that butter stain you see is probably from months ago. And you might think, oh well, at least the servers aren't touching your food. Well, not if you ordered a salad. You see, the salad never had tongs in it, so everyone would just take a fistful in their grimy mitts and just throw it in a bowl. But the salad was probably safer to eat than the fish. You see, food was almost never rotated, and the fish was the first to go bad. And the owners were greedy assholes who would never throw anything away. So when they realized the fish was spoiled, they just tell the servers to push it. Meaning everything on the specialty menu was really just a cheap way to get food poisoning. Oh, but who goes to IHOP and orders the salad or fish? I just eat pancakes. How bad could pancakes be? Well, they were fine, but the syrups weren't. Take a look at any table and you'll see 4 kinds of syrup, which are always mysteriously full. That's because at the end of each shift, the servers would combine them, meaning every syrup is just a combination of fresh syrup on top of old ones. But what if I ordered meat? Like, how disgusting could steak or eggs be? Well, ignoring what I said before about the cooks not wearing gloves, there was also no AC in the back. So the cooks would be dripping sweat all over the food, making it so everything was high in sodium, if you catch my drift. Even if you get lucky and order something that won't get you sick, everything you touch is filthy. If you look around, the combos will be wiping down tables with a dirty rag they use to clean everything. The same rag used to clean your table is the same they used to clean the bathroom. You're over here resting your fork on it. But the front of the restaurant wasn't nearly as filthy as the back. Like Andrew Tate, we also had a huge rat problem. There were traps scattered around, and every once in a while you'd find a fat boy stuck in one. Worst part was, almost nobody ever checked them. So there'd just be dead rats stuck behind the deep fryer for months. Really added to that pancake aroma, you know? Most of these problems were due to the owners, who were father and son that I just found out recently are being sued for not paying their workers. You see, what they would do is change the time you clocked in and out, effectively stealing money from the poorest people possible. So obviously both of them were massive a-holes, but to me the son was way worse. You see, the dad never tried to hide his cruelty. He'd just be a dick to everyone he met, while the son was much more manipulative. He came off as charming and personable, which made the fact he was stealing money from us even worse. Also, he had a massive coke problem. Like one time I knock on his door and say I need help with a customer. He comes out a few minutes later with powder very clearly on his nose, and I'm just shooting a look at the customer like, should one of us say something? But the managers always just caved to the customer's demands. That's why the best revenge was the one dished out by the servers. Like I had a customer call me boy once. He asked if we had any strawberry syrup, and I said we might in the back. He said, well then go fetch it for me, boy. And personally, I don't like how many eyes he put at the end of it. Yeah, I'm pasty, but I felt all my black brothers behind me saying, teach that honky a lesson. So I took some strawberry syrup and made sure to top it off with some dirty rag juice. I had another customer not tip me and come back to the same restaurant. That's like committing arson and walking into the police station like, what do you mean there's consequences for my actions? And the dude decides to double down and insult me. He says, oh, you're still working here? Would have thought you got a real job by now. And my brain is just laughing, going, oh, I am gonna murder your food. The dude ordered a salad as an appetizer, and I just tossed his tomatoes right on the ground, right after manhandling all of his lettuce. Best part was, after he was finished, he said the salad was quite tasty. But even if you don't piss off a server, it's risky sending food back in a restaurant. Like the first time might be okay, but if you send food back again, then don't be surprised if it's no longer edible. I had a customer say his steak was too rare and sent it back to the kitchen. The cook was upset, but he threw it back on the stove and cooked it for a little longer. I take it back out to the customer, who says now it's too well done and demands another steak. I remember just looking at him like, you don't want to do this, man. But some people just dig their own graves. So I go back into the kitchen and tell the cook he wants another steak. He's like, oh, he wants another one? How about this one? And then just throws a steak on the ground. How about this steak? You think he wants this one? Starts pushing around with his foot. I'm like, I didn't see anything. 10 minutes later, I come back and he hands me a plate saying, tell him I made this extra special. And I remember just being repulsed as I handed it to the unsuspecting customer, trying not to make eye contact as he takes his first bite. The ultimate takeaway you should get from this video is never mess with someone that prepares your food. It's not worth it. Best case scenario, they learn a lesson. Worst case scenario, your angel hair pasta has more hair than you asked for.
Okay, welcome to anti-Semitism training. My name is David Weinstein. Today we'll be learning about Jewish culture.
First of all, I am Jew also.
Kanye, again, I'm going to ask you not to interrupt unless you're called upon.
Don't tell me what I should do.
Okay, well, the reason you're here is you've made some insensitive remarks toward the Jewish culture.
I classify myself as Jew.
Okay, that's great, but that doesn't excuse some of the comments you've made recently.
What?
The tweets, Kanye. Did you or did you not tweet, I'm a little bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people?
Please don't ask me any retarded questions.
Kanye, you can't be saying the word retarded.
People call me retarded.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, but 2 wrongs don't make a right.
I have a question.
Here we go.
Who do you think are the biggest vile white racist.
Kanye, what does that have to do with...
Pete Davidson.
Of course it's Pete Davidson. Okay, let's get back to the topic. When you mention Jewish people, who are you referring to?
The business people that have raped my people that just so happen to be Jewish.
Wow, a lot to unpack here. Do you mean literal rape or metaphorical?
Hey, bro, I ain't finished.
Okay, please continue.
Well, thank you for allowing me to say what I meant due to the fact that I was blocked by Jewish people.
All right, I'm gonna have to stop you there. These comments are not okay.
Would have been better if I had a song that said, I am a nigga.
No, what does that have to do with... you just can't say these things.
Every time I talk, it is a crack in the matrix. When I wake up, because nobody's gonna fire me tomorrow. So I can say anything I want to say.
Didn't Adidas fire you?
Nobody wants to kiss your dick, so shut the fuck up.
Okay, let's just start over. Kanye, you're here to learn about Jewish culture, a culture that has been persecuted and enslaved throughout history. Can't you, as an African American, relate to that?
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Whoa, what? Slavery was absolutely not a choice.
You ain't been doing the education.
Okay. People in the media have been describing you as anti-Semitic, but how would you describe yourself?
Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god.
Now, what do you mean by God?
Yeah, God knocked me off my horse. God, literally called me.
So you're having conversations with God. Kanye, have you been taking your medication?
Haven't taken, medication in 2 years.
Oh my God, you really should be taking your medication.
You ain't got the answers, man.
Yeah, but a trained medical professional prescribed you that medication. There's a good chance they, in fact, do have the answers.
It's like, shut the fuck up. I will fucking laser you with alien fucking eyes and explode your fucking head.
Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You must see how this sounds a little cray-cray.
I just got back my IQ scores and they were Mensa level 133, 98 percentile.
To be honest, I find that hard to believe. But let's say it's true. You know you can have a mental illness and a high IQ, right?
Please, next question.
Okay, so we know you're not taking medication. Are you currently on any drugs?
I have not done any drugs. I've drinking a little bit, but even if I wasn't drinking, I would tell you the same thing.
So wait, are you drinking or not?
So are you going to allow me to finish my sentence?
I thought you were finished, but what were you saying?
The things I say are on behalf of God.
Right, because God is talking to you. Okay, let's get back to the topic at hand. Many Jewish people have felt your comments were hurtful.
My greatest pain in life is I will never be able to see me perform.
Of course it is. Kanye, we need to focus. Wait, are you tweeting right now?
I get a text from a number I don't know.
Can you please put away your phone?
And it's Pete Davidson bragging about being in bed with my wife.
This is why you shouldn't have a phone, because it's a distraction. You know what? Give it to me.
Here, come get me. That's retarded.
Stop saying that word. Give me that.
Don't treat me like a boy.
Well, then stop acting like a child. Why can't you just take some advice?
I only listen to people who are younger than me. These are the only people with ideas. You cannot give me any advice. I have the ideas. No one older than me has a better idea than me because I'm the only 36-year-old me.
Kanye, I'm younger than you.
You don't have the answers, though.
I'm just trying to help you, okay? Just take a deep breath and tell me why you refuse to take anyone's advice.
I feel like when people try to tell me what to do, I feel like they're touching my brain.
All right. I think we're getting somewhere. How does that make you feel?
I'm just extremely happy. Can you tell by my face?
Seriously, Kanye, do you feel sometimes uncomfortable when people try to reach out to you?
I had plastic surgery because I was trying to look good for y'all.
What?
I got liposuction because I didn't want y'all to call me fat.
I'm not calling you fat or insulting your looks. You're beautiful inside and out.
I don't fucking trust you.
I know you don't, and I see you've had a lot of trust issues in your past, but we need to focus on moving forward and reach a point of learning.
How much more do you want from me?
I just want you to understand that sometimes you say things that are very hurtful to people. You are very famous and therefore have a broad influence, and with that great power comes great responsibility. So you need to be careful about what you say or tweet about other cultures. Now, let's just put that all behind us and say the easiest statement you could possibly say, which is Hitler is bad.
I see good things about Hitler also.
Holy shit.
Jewish people forgive Hitler today.
Okay, I think we're done here.
Murder is legal.
Picasso is dead. Steve Jobs is dead. Walt Disney is dead. Name somebody living.
You know what you want to do? Oh, you want to push that subscribe button. Oh, push the button. Push the button.